Your ability to communicate is limited. You might think you're a great speaker, but the truth is quite different. The moment you need to express your thoughts clearly, you'll realize just how restricted you actually are. There are three types of people when it comes to communication: the arrogant, the fool, and the student. The arrogant believes they are excellent communicators and never bother to improve. The fool underestimates the power of communication and its influence, dismissing its importance entirely. The student, however, is humble enough to admit they don't know it all, that they weren't born with outstanding communication skills, and they don't downplay the value of addressing their own shortcomings. Quite the opposite, they are eager to improve. Out of the three, it is always the student who goes on to achieve the greatest success in life. Communication is essential in the modern world. Your ability to communicate largely determines your success, even if you have no other skills to rely on, because high-level communication is the cornerstone of influence. It allows people to understand you, respect you, and follow you to the ends of the earth, and you cannot be a true leader without it. If you already embrace the mindset of a student, then now is the time to become a powerful speaker, and I'm here to help you do just that. If all you do is communicate, you won't get very far. But if you learn to communicate with skill, you can achieve the extraordinary. Let me show you how to raise your communication to the next level. First, think before you speak. Far too many people share their thoughts as though they were talking to themselves. They don't pay attention to what they're saying because they feel the social pressure to respond quickly without thinking. It's not that their answer would be long or complicated, but that the pressure drives them to react immediately. That pressure isn't real, but in their heads, it feels real, so they rush to reply. This happens constantly, even in the most trivial exchanges, like when your barber asks you a question while cutting your hair. Just because someone asks you something, it doesn't mean you need to answer straight away. To stop this happening, pause and think before you speak. That brief pause is the difference between a successful conversation and a complete disaster. It prevents you from blurting out things you didn't even mean to say. The secret is this: the more you practice pausing before you speak, the shorter those pauses become over time, because you're training your mind to think faster under pressure. At first, you might need longer pauses to form your response, and yes, it might feel awkward in the beginning. But before long, you'll be able to communicate your ideas with ease, because your thought process will be operating on a much faster level than most people's. That's why you see certain individuals, whether in debates or podcasts, delivering powerful answers effortlessly. It's not because they memorize their lines or because they're exceptionally gifted, it's simply that they've trained themselves to think before they speak. So, think before you speak. That's where it all begins. Remember to choose your words carefully. Words carry weight, so you must select them with intention. Always consider how they might be interpreted by the other person. It's not just about the content of your words, but also about how they will be received. The words you choose, combined with the tone in which you deliver them, can make a huge difference in how your message is understood. Something you say with the best of intentions can easily come across as disrespectful simply because of poor word choice or the wrong tone. You need to be skillful and respectful of other people's feelings. I'm not suggesting you should become overly sensitive or resort to indirect, evasive communication. What I am saying is that you must always ask yourself whether what you're about to say is necessary, relevant, and appropriate for the moment. If it isn't, then silence is the better option. Be a good listener, stay quiet, and pay attention, because one of the most powerful ways to improve your communication and increase your influence is by being an excellent listener. But why? Quite simply, everyone loves to talk about themselves. When you allow people to share the things they enjoy or are passionate about, they naturally associate those positive feelings with you. Most people don't realize this, but listening is in fact the true formula for influencing others. And yes, it sounds easy, doesn't it? But it isn't. Being a good listener requires just as much skill as being a good speaker. Let me give you a few tips to become a great listener, tips that could quite literally change your life. First, don't interrupt. Being interrupted is deeply frustrating for the speaker because it signals that you think you're more important or that you don't have time to hear them out. Allowing others to speak fully not only shows respect, it also helps you understand their message more clearly. Second, pay attention to non-verbal signals such as facial expressions, tone of voice, and gestures. These can reveal as much, if not more, than the actual words being spoken. Watch closely what the other person is communicating through their body language. Listen without judging or jumping to conclusions. If you begin reacting emotionally to what's being said, you risk missing the essence of the message. Don't try to predict what they're going to say, and don't plan your response in advance. You cannot truly listen and prepare a reply at the same time. Finally, don't impose your opinions or solutions. We all have an ego, and most people prefer to arrive at their own conclusions. It's far more effective to ask questions or offer suggestions than to dictate what someone should do. Of course, there's much more to the art of listening, such as maintaining eye contact and using open body language. But with just the tips I've shared, you can already make dramatic improvements in your communication and influence. Speak more concisely. Too many people talk endlessly and, in the end, say absolutely nothing. They don't know how to get straight to the point. It's vital to be succinct, to use as few words as possible. Concise and direct communication is highly valued because it shows respect for the time and attention of your audience. Your message becomes 10 times more powerful when you can cut straight to the point with the minimum number of words. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it's necessary to explain things in detail and add plenty of nuance. But even then, the same rule applies. Cut out anything irrelevant and choose your words carefully. Don't use 10 words when you can make your point with just 2 or 3. People tend to switch off the moment they feel their time is being wasted or that the information isn't valuable. It makes you come across as indecisive and uncertain. Your speech may also become cluttered with filler words such as like or you know. To speak concisely, always remember this. Your message will be forgotten if it is repetitive. It will be remembered and absorbed if you are concise and direct. So, stay focused on the core message and practice relentlessly. Now that I've given you everything you need to communicate effectively, let's talk about how to practice and transform yourself into a powerhouse of communication. Your practice comes down to 2 simple things: input and output. Let's start with input reading. One of the best ways to become more articulate is to read books. Expanding your exposure to a variety of words makes your conversations more flexible and dynamic. A rich vocabulary gives you the ability to craft persuasive and impactful sentences. Find books on subjects you want to explore, whether that's self-development, making money, or even fiction. Even just 15 minutes a day makes a difference. The point is, read. Reading doesn't just make you more knowledgeable, it sharpens your vocabulary. And if you come across a word you don't understand, look it up. The second part of practice is output writing. Start putting your thoughts on paper. Writing will strengthen your ability to articulate because you're actively training yourself to play with words. You can write about anything, your goals, your dreams, or simply the thoughts running through your head. There are a million different directions you can take, and again, even if you write for only 15 minutes a day or every couple of days, it will have a powerful impact on your speaking skills. And above all else, be authentic. When it comes to communication, authenticity is everything. Don't try to be someone you're not. Authenticity is the key to building genuine connections with people. If you attempt to copy someone else word for word, it will come across as insincere and people will notice. Instead, focus on being the very best version of yourself. Draw from your own experiences and perspectives and share those with the world. By being authentic, you build trust with the people around you, and trust is the foundation of effective communication. Be yourself and let your personality shine through in everything you say. And if this video helped you, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Not only will you be helping me, but you'll also be training your brain to reward you and training YouTube's algorithm to recommend content that actually adds value to your life. That's it. See you next video. There's still so much more ahead to come.